Brothers and sisters, election time is when you, the members, are given the opportunity to choose the leadership of ILA Local 1422 for the next 3 years. The term of office is 3 years, but the impact of those 3 years may be felt for decades. That is why I'm asking you to re-elect me, Kenny Riley, a proven leader with the experience and qualifications needed to lead Local 1422 for the next 3 years. The leader of this union must understand the full scale and magnitude of the job, and he must be ready to perform on day one. And when difficult time comes, like all leaders, he must lead. It is why our leaders must have prepared themselves and be willing to sacrifice and learn how to protect what we have and secure what we need in the future. In this year's election, we must put personal feelings, likes and dislikes aside. This is a multi-million-dollar business, not a sorority, a fraternity, or any other social club. Many families are impacted by the decisions we make, and that includes the retirees and their families. They too are depending on the leadership of this organization to keep their well-being in mind. I am keenly aware of this fact because my very own mother, a surviving spouse, depends very deeply on our union and the benefit it provides. I have a vision for the future, but that vision requires actions today. It requires a plan, not just rhetoric. My vision is very broad and comprehensive. It is not based on where we are today or where we have been in the past. Instead, it is focused on where we will be in the future. The Leatherman Terminal is a part of that vision. It is a part of our future. In every ILA port in the country, ILA longshoremen operate the cranes and the yard equipment. They are thousands of good-paying union jobs representing hundreds of thousands of man-hours. But in the ports of Charleston, Savannah, and Wilmington, this is not the case. Longshoremen are responsible only for the work aboard the vessels and transporting containers to and from the yard. The question is why? Well, I, along with the leadership of the International Union, have decided that it's time to step up to the plate and claim the jurisdiction of the ILA as agreed to by our employers and the container carriers with whom we negotiate. So yes, we are in a major struggle, and it's one we intend to win. Expanding the workforce. The growing demand for labor in the longshore industry made it necessary to expand our workforce, and that's exactly what we did. Under my leadership, we processed nearly 4,000 new workers in 2013 and 2019. As a result, many of our sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, neighbors and friends are now bona fide members of the ILA workforce with a promising career ahead of them. If you stand in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021, all in journeyman or casual, you have benefited from that decision to open the books. Personally, I want to congratulate the 118 new members who have earned their hours and now enjoy seniority status. I also want to congratulate you on earning those valuable healthcare benefits for yourself and your families. Accommodating the workforce. Expanding the workforce required us to expand the hiring hall. That is the reason why my vision included a larger facility. It would be impossible to grow and expand the ILA workforce without growing the ILA's footprint. The longshore model of supplying labor is very unique, and it requires 99% of the workforce to be present at the hiring hall in order to seek employment. Therefore, adequate hiring hall space along with adequate parking is essential to supplying labor, which is a contractual obligation. Leaving 1142 Morrison Drive and acquiring 4349 Corporate Road was absolutely one of the most difficult challenges of my entire career. And my office became one of the loneliest places on the planet. But the vision was the vision, and it was forever present. We left a 4.5-acre site with just over 100 parking spaces with no possibility for expansion, and acquired a 17-acre site with over 400 parking spaces and where the possibility of expansion is endless. Should the ILA decide to design and build a new Union Hall in the future, it would be the first time in our history that we would not have to search for or purchase additional property. It could all be accomplished on our current footprint. By acquiring Corporate Road, we have eliminated the need for 2 separate hiring for every hiring period. We have adequate parking spaces, and we have eliminated the danger of crossing a busy 4-lane street when rushing to get hired. We have the ability to attract the Pension and Welfare Department with easy access to the services they provide to our membership. 2 final points: our COVID-19 response and the latest contract negotiation. When COVID-19 hit, it was my responsibility as president to keep the workforce safe and on the job, if possible. In my position as trustee to the ILA Pension and Welfare Fund, I led the way in providing the best testing and vaccination program to be found anywhere within the ILA network. I was able to provide these services to our members and their families right here at the Union Hall. Because of our mask mandate and the aggressive testing policy for the car vote, we were able to keep the majority of our workforce safe and on the job. The ILA experienced the loss of many of its members up and down the coast. Here at Local 1422, we lost one, our dear brother Thomas Richardson. And it's only by the grace of God we didn't lose more. We took the virus very seriously, and as a result, we have among the lowest mortality rate anywhere within the ILA. Praise God for that. ILA contract negotiations. Finally, I want to talk about this current contract, one that was negotiated locally here in the Port of Charleston. The contract committee and I was able to negotiate one of the most lucrative contracts in the history of Local 1422. Our success led to the highest percentage of overtime hours worked in the port. Because of the newly negotiated breakfast clause and the new 1:00 a.m. start time, more than 70% of all hours worked in the port are now overtime, and those hours are paid at time and a half. In closing, I want to remind everyone that elections have consequences. We only have to look at what happened to America in the 2016 election of Donald Trump. Whether you are a new member or one of the most senior members in this organization, you have benefited from the years of hard work, dedication, and the leadership I have provided to this union. As you consider your choice for the president of Local 1422, I ask that you examine each candidate carefully. And after having done so, I trust that you will make the right decision and re-elect me, Kenny Riley, President of ILA Local 1422. Thank you.